Oh, hey YouTube, what's really good? My name is Vivid, coach of the South Texas Sableyes, and this is going to be an incredibly late draft breakdown for APA. These went up maybe 2 to 3 weeks ago, unclear. It's late, I know that. I'm recording it in a closet. Never recorded anything like this away from my computer. I have the draft on my phone here, so I'm just going to go through it, talk about my picks. I posted an update video if you want to know why everything's late. I will try to get this out and then week 2 out soon after. Week 1 was a forfeit. I explained this in the update video. Sucks, hate forfeits, but it is what it is. And let's just get into it. So for pick 1, I had 2 clear options. First went Dragapult. Dragapult went first, and then second went Melmetal. I really wanted Melmetal. Did not get Gigantamax Melmetal was an option. I ended up just drafting Jirachi though, which a lot of people gave me crap about. I think Jirachi is incredible in this limited format. If you don't know, I should explain this now. We're playing with the national decks, or like what people are calling the national decks. It's like the Pokedex with the extra 35 or 36 Pokemon and all hidden abilities. So we're playing on land mode to make sure that we can play with hidden abilities. Don't ask me how we're getting hidden ability Pokemon. Just know that we're basically playing Showdown meta on Wi-Fi, so it looks prettier. And there you go. I don't even know if they have hidden abilities on Showdown. I'm assuming there are some metas that do. So I picked Jirachi. Super diverse, super great. Also really cool because it has flinch chances. Love flinching things. That's that. And you know what we followed up Jirachi with? I will tell you, Togekiss. The 2 Serene Grace Mons, back-to-back flinching things, really solid Fairy and Steel, good coverage. Togekiss, really good stall breaker, good setup, good support, super diverse. That's what I like. We already have hazards and rocks. We already have removal and defog. I'm digging it. We have some wish support to back it up. Third pick, Rillaboom. Set that terrain, get rid of the earthquake weakness for Jirachi. Also, I think Rillaboom was like disgustingly underpriced in tier 2. I think it's essentially if it's not a better Tapu Bulu, it's equivalent to Tapu Bulu. Its coverage is arguably just as good, if not better. It gets access to U-turn. It doesn't get Horn Leech, but Drum Beating is such a massive blowout. Like, it just doesn't have switch-ins because it slows them down. So I think that it is a fantastic mon, and I'm excited to use it in coordination with Jirachi. 4th pick on the roster, I'm scrolling, Incineroar. Super solid grass type into a super solid fire type, still covers a little bit of that earthquake weakness. Incineroar, I think, is just as good this generation as it was last. It's really, really good as like a utility mon. It's good defensively. It's great offensively with the scarf. I think it just does a lot, and I'm excited to use it. Am I a little dark? What if I tweak the settings here a little bit? Okay, we're back. We're a little bit brighter now. Anyways, Incineroar, I think it pairs fantastically with Rillaboom. I'm excited to use it. I'm really excited that I got both of them. My speed tiers are a little staggered so far. I think it's Incineroar is like 60, Rillaboom is in 75, I think. Or is it 80? It's 75 or 85, something like that. It's kind of surprisingly fast for how it looks. And then Togekiss is 80, Jirachi is 100. So speed tier is looking good. We've got coverage for a ground weakness that we've formed. Having an Intimidate user that has access to U-turn, but not only Parting Shot, great in my opinion. And then for our 5th pick, Gmax Gengar was still open. Gmaxes this season have to hold a Pokeball. They can't hold any other item. But I thought, wow, Ghost Spam is still really good, even with the addition of a couple things that are good against ghosts. That's just how it is. Ghost Spam is fantastic. There's still no Pursuit in this game, so I can't get Pursuit trapped. I'm a big fan of Gmax Gengar, and really, I'm just incredibly excited to use it. Also, I realize that we do have a ground weakness, but remember, people can't just bring Earthquake like they could otherwise because we have grassy terrain, which we can set up pretty easily. All we have to do is switch in a Monkey Boy. And then for my 6th pick, I picked up Araquanid because I needed a solid water type. We now have a really good Fire Water Grass core. We have access to webs. Araquanid can be, it's another one of those Pokemon that's really versatile. It can hit very hard with like a Choice Band or a Choice Specs or something like that. It can also just be utility oriented and set up webs. I love Araquanid. It also gives me a check to Dracovish because its hidden ability is Water Absorb. So Love Araquanid, love having access to webs, super solid Firewater Grass Core in my opinion. Also gives us a ground resist, which is something that we kind of need right now. After that, we picked up Surfetched. After picking up webs, I think picking up one of the best breakers in the format was just a great idea. Surfetched gets really good coverage. It has access to cool priority in first impression. I think it also gets like feint, maybe. I don't know. I know it gets first impression though, which is really good priority because it's 90 base power. Choice banded or holding its leak or stick or whatever the signature item is gives it good damage output. The stick gives it like I think a 50% crit chance on all its moves. And then Choice Band just makes it destroy things. It's really hard to switch into since it has the, what is it? It can hit ghosts. Scrappy? It has Scrappy, right? It can hit ghosts. So, I don't know. I think it also has, it's like the ability that means it can't be confused or something. I don't know. That's less important. What's important is that it's hard to switch into, and it's one of the better breakers in the game. We also have Bolton, which I think is kind of a fantastic cleaner. It's something new. You know, I'm trying to mix. I think my problem with my WBE draft is I got shiny new toy syndrome, and I just drafted a bunch of new things that didn't mesh together. This time I tried to draft things that like played off each other's speed tiers, each other's strengths and weaknesses. I tried to envision a plan for just like general weeks. Like I could build several teams out of my build and not just rely on like one or two finishers. Bolton's a really good cleaner. Super good speed tier. I think it's like 121. I don't have any stats pulled up. I'm just kind of scrolling. So everything's off the top of the head. Strong Jaw means that its Fang, or not, its bite type moves get increased, and it has things like Psychic Fang. I think it has the new dark move that if it attacks with it, at least gets Crunch. But I think it's the new dark move that prevents switching out. Thunder Fang is a fantastic stab option with Strong Jaw, Fire Fang. Lots of potential. It's missing Ice Fang, but still just a really solid mon. After that, I decided to dip into my tier 5. We only had to pick one tier 5 up in this draft if you played your points right and you used your extra points to pick up higher tier mons. And I picked up Drampa. I think Drampa was probably one of like the top 3 or 4 tier 5 mons. There were not many good ones. There's like Rotom, Ice, Drampa, Roselia, I think is good. There just weren't many of them that I would consider very good Pokemon. Drampa gets Defog, it gets Roost, super high special attack stat, gives me a decent dragon type, like for a budget Dragonmon, really good. Gets recovery, can get like hazard control. Like, I don't know. I just think Drampa is kind of slept on. Berserk is a really cool ability. Also Sap Sipper giving me another immunity to play off of. Cloud9, if we're going up against a weather team, I think Drampa slept on. Not the best Fairy Dragon Steel Core, because the dragon is obviously not the best dragon, but I do think it is a good dragon, especially for tier 5. After that, we picked up Golurk. Golurk was probably one of my favorite pickups of the draft. Access to things like Rock Polish, double its speed and outspeed everything. Super good dual stab. Ghost Ground, Earthquake spam, or I mean, if we don't want to use Earthquake, we can. It doesn't get the best physical Ghost type moves. Phantom Force and Shadow Punch, which they're not the best, but they'll do. Shadow Punch gets boosted by Iron Fist, so there's that. It can do the cute like dynamic punch thing, no guard dynamic punch. Ooh, my voice just cracked. I'm not used to talking, enunciating for this long of a period of time anymore, I guess. And I think, was this my last pick? Oh no, I had one more pickup after this. But yeah, it also gave me another rock setter, which is something I needed. I didn't want Jirachi to be the only rock setter. And then, Mr. Rhyme. I thought Mr. Rhyme was cool. Gave me a rapid spinner in case I want a removal option that leaves mine up. I always prefer spin to defog. Good typing, super good offensive typing. Not very fast, but can actually rapid spin to bump its speed up and outspeed things. Super good on the Spadef side. I think its defense is reasonable. I don't have stats in front of me. I just know that it's a great utility mon. It can be offensive. Dual stab typing is fantastic, and I don't know, I think it gets Ice Shard. I don't think its attack stat's very good, but it gets some cool priority. It gets cool moves. And Screen Cleaner is really good against anyone that wants to set up Veil, because if you don't know what that is, it's one of its signature, it's Mr. Rhymes and the new Mr. Mime signature ability, just gets rid of screens when it switches in. I actually don't think Mr. Mime gets it, Galarian Mr. Mime. I think it's just Mr. Rhyme. Anyways, so that is my draft. Well, that was How long are we at? 7 minutes. No, I took a break in the middle. I cut. This is going to be a short draft recap. But if you're excited for me to use this team, let me know. If you hate this team, let me know. Whatever you want to talk about to me about this team, just let me know. What's your favorite Pokemon on the team? What's your least favorite Pokemon? Leave it in the comment section down below. Talk to me down there. Leave a like. That would be cool too. Leave a dislike if you're mad that everything's late. Interaction's interaction. Subscribe if you're new here. And yeah, I think that's all I have to say. So, my name's Vivid, coach of the South Texas Sableyes. I'll be catching up with all of you soon. I'm kind of gotta leave. Bye.